All right. Hope you're having a good Friday. I'm not going to be doing much today, but I wanted to get a quick video out of something. I've decided to start another project. The ability, kind of the design methodology is for how I'm building things is really falling into place. Getting way more comfortable with the UI components in Apex, and can begin to visualize how things work without having to go and try them at this point. And so I can do quite a bit of the design without needing the UI. In fact, the UI at this point is like the last thing I need to worry about. I want to show you what I'm doing. So basically, I start with the schema. I start, building the schema, and we have the ability to create lookup tables now, and then easily add foreign key relationships and things like this. So this is making just the design a lot easier. And then I begin writing tests as though, starting with, and their tests, they don't actually pass or fail, but it's a script in the app test script. We could do pass or fail, but we start with like, okay, a lieutenant for a volunteer fire department signs up for an account. So the idea is that one of the officers will sign up for the account, but then maybe other officers will be added later as admins and super users. And we don't want to necessarily start with the chief or whatever. We want to be able to add that user and give them super user privs later. And so we call our SAS auth package to create a lt@test.com account. And then, of course, this is going to result in a firefighter going into the firefighter table, and the ID is going to be the user ID of that user. Okay, that makes sense. So now the user's logged in. Well, they need to navigate to the department page and set up a department, and so they do that. Now, a lot of this code will actually, or a lot of this SQL here will actually get refactored into the app package eventually, or triggers, but we're doing, everything is just with inserts and deletes and updates if possible. If there is no processing logic, nothing to be processed, we should be able to build an event workflow that works this way. Everything is either an insert, update, delete, or it is a relationship is established between the tables. And this is going to help us build the app very quickly on the Apex side. What I wanted to see is, as I do this, you say the lieutenant is now an admin, and another firefighter signs up. So we have firefighter 1 here signs up. So this is just a regular firefighter, and we do the insert. So you can see this is obviously got to be, this is going to be an event. On our add account event, we'll create a procedure which hooks into this process and creates this automatically. So, that's a refactor that we can do. And we can do that any time and then run this test script, and it should still work. And validation of the test is just actually looking at these tables right now. As the tests get bigger and start to fail in spots, we might add some automated kind of checking validation. So now the firefighter navs to the department page, joins the department. And most of the pages in the app, as I wrote that, I thought, oh, well, most of the pages are, like what equipment is available, what tags are you using, all that kind of stuff is related to the department that you're a part of. So most of that shouldn't show up until you either create or join a department. And I could see a firefighter coming in and creating a test department and then joining their department. So that's kind of cool, because now you give them the ability to kind of test things out in their own environment, and then they could switch back to their regular department and see things, but they would be able to play around with it. But the point is at this point you now have more than one department. So a firefighter can be in more than one department, and that drives me back to the schema where I didn't really model that ability. At least I haven't thought about it. So I need to go back through my model, and we need to make sure that firefighters can belong to more than one department. And so this is really the design flow right now. I can go a long ways with this. I'm only modeling one aspect of this application right now. But we can do all of this before we even really need to start building the UI. We can do a lot here, and eventually, like I said, this stuff gets refactored into our application code, which will be in our app package here, and all that. So that's what we're doing, and hope that was helpful. We'll talk to you later. Have a great weekend.